What's going on, peeps? Welcome to an episode I'm very excited for, because today we will answer the question, what was the question? Can a handheld alignment kit be as accurate as a $30,000 alignment rack? Let's find out. Is it Gyraline or Gyraline? I guess if it works, it doesn't matter what you call it. The contents themselves are fairly minimal. Obviously we have our assembly here and some attachments, and we will need our phone, which, looking at how simple this is, I will be very, very shocked if it actually works, because if this eliminates the need for a $30,000 alignment rack, some industries are in trouble. Like I said, we are going to have to use our mobile device for this. In this case, we are using an iPhone 11. They do include some adapters in case your phone is kind of smaller. My phone is pretty dated. I've had this since high school, but if this phone can do it, there's no reason yours shouldn't. Now, this is one of those tools that I wish existed years and years and years ago, because wheel alignments is something that's kind of closed off to average Joes like you and me. So if this works, it would completely eliminate the need for me to ever go see an alignment rack ever again, and that's if it works. And our guinea pig is the scrap stank. 1966 Ford Mustang that has had more than a few major modifications, including an engine relocation backwards and down, new double wishbone suspension, as well as today's star of the show, the steering rack. Now, this car originally came with a steering box, which was kind of sloppy, not very fun to drive aggressively, so that steering rack should tighten up our feel quite a bit, but let's go ahead and align everything. So we're gonna start off with our toe measurement, and that means how much the front wheels point at each other or point away from each other. Think of your own toes. If you have toe in, you're kind of like this, and if you have toe out, you're kind of like that. Anyway, we're gonna select our toe measurement, and as you can see, there's a level right here. So if I tilt my phone forward, you can see that level moving around. So we're gonna press these nubs onto the wheel lip. We're gonna keep the Gyraline assembly facing the same direction. So as you can see, the top of my phone is still facing forward. Grab this measurement. Now, using the surface profiles, it gives you a total reading of everything, but our front right has a whole inch of toe in, while our front left is just under a quarter. So the recommended total toe in for this car should be around 1/8. And as you can see, we are very much over that. Now, our toe reading is saying that our front driver's side is just slightly inwards, while our front passenger side is a bit more inwards. And the way we fix that is adjusting our tie rod ends. So we have to make this side point outwards a little bit and this side point outwards just a hair. And luckily, our tie rod ends are very accessible. We're gonna remove this castle nut in order to break free this tie rod in order to adjust it a little bit outwards. Now, what I'm gonna do in order to keep track of where we are, I'm gonna butt the nut right against it. I'm gonna go a couple turns out. Now, I tightened everything back up. I'm gonna recenter our wheel and grab another measurement, see where we're at. So now that we have a good reading on our toe in, let's see how off our camber is. And camber is the angle at which this wheel will sit. Negative camber will turn it in this way, and positive camber will turn it out this way. Okay, so front right camber first. Now we're gonna make sure the blue line is leveled. Hit save. So we have 1.1 degrees of camber on our front right, and 1.1 on our front, and 1.1 on our front left. Now that's a really strange coincidence, because I actually wanted my camber on both sides to be about 1 degree negative, and they both read at 1.1, so we're gonna leave that as is. If we did need to adjust our camber, we would have to slide our upper control arms in or out. That would therefore bring our spindle and our tire in and out. But again, our camber is kind of exactly where we wanted it, so let's move on to our caster. Caster is a bit more complex. Caster is the angle that the suspension will travel, the relation between the upper and the lower ball joint. So with positive caster, tire will go up and down this axis. Negative caster would be the other way around. So within the app, we're gonna hit start right caster. First thing we're gonna do is set our toe. Then we're gonna go ahead and set camber. Now it says steer right. So we're gonna go ahead and turn our wheel to the right and take both our toe and camber measurements once again. Now it says steer to the left, same thing. Now it says our reading for our caster on our front driver's side is 0.2 degrees. We want to get that measurement in between 1 to 2 degrees. And the way we're going to do that is with the upper control arm. We're going to go ahead and pivot this crossbar like this. So we're going to bring this front bolt a little bit forward and this one a little bit back. So when I loosened it by itself, it actually pushed inwards. So we're going to go ahead and take our measurement again. So now our caster is reading at 0.9 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and push it a tiny bit more. I just want it somewhere in between 1 to 2 degrees. So we've locked in our caster at 1.5 degrees, which is, right in between where we wanted it. So let's do the other side. Driver's side caster was at negative 1.9, which is incredibly far off from where we want to be. So let's fix that. Well, damn, man, that was pretty rough. Getting everything to work out like that. The Gyraline system is pretty easy once you get used to it, but for sure we're gonna feel a difference with the caster being adjusted. Camber was kind of where I wanted it anyway. I know for a fact our toe-in is better because even though we were getting a wide range of numbers, the grouping kind of closed in between like a 1/4 inch and no toe-in, so we'll see. Let's get a good seat of the pants. How does that saying go? Wow. I'm already noticing a difference in the steering. It's a lot easier now. Oh yeah. That feels a lot different. And my steering wheel is actually centered now. But so far for street driving, I think the Gyraline did pretty well. Now we're still gonna take it to a laser alignment to get a proper reading to see how accurate that Gyraline system was. Oh my. Oh my. Now our battery voltage is reading at 12.2. I don't know if our alternator is charging. Pump, 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 pump. 1000% the car does feel better with that Gyraline alignment. Now, the only thing I'm unsure of is how much our toe in reading is at. I mean, the car feels fine. We're not darting in any way. If anything, we feel 10 times more stable than we did before. If our voltage gets lower than 11.5 volts, we're gonna dart our way back because I think our alternator might not be charging. Therefore, we're solely relying on the battery power. Oh my God, I don't know if these are nerves or excitement. This car kind of scares me a little bit. It's 100 degrees outside. Coolant temp is sitting at 192. We haven't had any issues with our clutch fluid boiling again. So it's going good so far. The point of these drives is to just take it a little further and a little further each time. Find whatever problem may be present, address it, see how far we can take it again, and then keep going from there. All right, now let's really see what she's got. I'm literally speechless right now. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think every fiber of my being is shaking right now. I'm a little scared of it. I'm a little scared of it. What the? This car is so exciting. I completely forgot the point of this video was the alignment, and my God, it feels great. Felt so natural that I completely forgot about it. Feels absolutely planted and amazing. Even without a sway bar. Our battery voltage is getting a little low. Gonna have to check something with that alternator though. Oh my. I'm at a loss for words right now. Well, now that we're here, whoa! Now that we're here, we can talk about the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Look how wide this door opens. Need a bigger rock, bigger rock. Nice. As some of you know, BetterHelp is a source for online therapy. Now, therapy can come in many different shapes and sizes. Something as simple as talking to a friend or taking your project car out for a drive can make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, but if there's one thing we can agree on is that we live in a crazy world, and while we might be wrapped up in work, bills, politics even, it's easy to forget to take care of yourself. And even something as simple as talking to somebody once a month can really change your perspective on life and time. And BetterHelp offers a way of doing that. And BetterHelp offers a way of doing that that's pretty easily accessible as long as you have internet. Be selfish and think about yourself for once. I don't know, it wouldn't hurt to try, but if you click the link down below, you'll get 10% off your first month. Oh yeah? Hell yeah, man, thank you. Now, I think I've already told you guys, but this is my first Mustang with a manual transmission. I built two previous ones, but they both had the C4 automatic, as well as it's my first Mustang with a limited slip differential. I know I said we weren't building perfection, but we're focused on the fundamentals, and boy, this car has got it. Boy, I've never driven, owned, or experienced anything like this. I don't think it could get more raw, as in connected to what the car is doing. You could literally feel every single exhaust pulse at your fingers, through the steering wheel, through the shifter, at your feet. We haven't even got to cornering this thing just yet. Alrighty folks, the results are in and they are shocking to say the least. We just took the scraps thing to a professional alignment shop where they told me they spent about $35,000 on this machine, and these results are really not what I was expecting. And mosquitoes keep getting me. Let's start off with camber. Gyraline. Driver's side read at negative 1.9 degrees. The professional alignment rack read at negative 1.3. Passenger side camber. Gyraline reads at negative 2.4 degrees. Professional alignment shop reads at negative 2.45. Ooh, that one was close. Now let's move on to caster on the driver's side. Gyraline read at positive 1.9 degrees. Professional alignment shop read positive 1.6 degrees. Caster on the passenger side, Gyraline reads 1.2 degrees positive. Professional alignment shop reads 1.8 degrees positive. Woo! We're doing good here. Those results are way more impressive than I thought, but we're not done yet. If you guys remember, I wasn't too confident with the toe reading, but Gyraline read toe in at 0.2 inches or 0.6 degrees. Professional alignment shop Reddit at 0.6 degrees. So we got that close, and in some case exactly the same as a machine that costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with this. I'm not gonna lie, I was doubting its capabilities, not just because it's probably 3D printed and costs a fraction of what a professional alignment rack costs, but I was doubting it mostly because I'm using my 7-year-old phone. Who knew that I had the power to align a car this whole time in my pocket? Now, do I think it's gonna disrupt the alignment industry at all? No, because say your mother, for example, if she needs an alignment, she's not gonna buy a Gyraline kit and crawl under the car. She's gonna call me instead.